What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Sparkman. I'm a game developer, and today I want to show you an alternative to Clickteam Fusion. Clickteam Fusion is a game engine that allows you to make games, but you have to pay for it. So it's a good game engine, but if you're looking for a cheap alternative, and when I mean cheap, I mean free. I mean, you don't have to pay anything for GDevelop. The main concern is, okay, it's free, is it going to be good? Sometimes we tend to think that because it's free, maybe it's not good. But actually, the best game engine on the market is actually free. And of course, we're talking about Unreal Engine 4 and Unity. But the top game engines right now are actually free. And I should probably mention Godot. I think there should be a free version of GameMaker. Maybe games should have like a watermark or something. I'm not sure. That's up to Yo-Yo Games. I have no control over that. Now, a lot of people think I work for Clickteam, and I actually don't. I get a lot of emails about complaints about the software, and yeah, I'm here to tell you that I actually don't work for. They actually Clickteam banned me a while back. We won't go into these specifics, but yeah, just that's a story for another day. All right. But yeah, so I still use Fusion every so often, depending on the project. Okay, because as you know, that I'm probably one of the few people that is able to handle just about every game engine out there. I haven't found one game engine that I can actually use. Okay, and if you do find one, please forward me a link. Okay, and yeah, we'll see about that. So if you're looking to create a game for free, okay, GDevelop is a great alternative. Okay, it requires no programming, and yeah, it's free. Did I mention it's free? I think I said free like 10 times already. So today I want to show you how to create a very simple platformer in GDevelop. Okay, we're not going to use the template. We're going to start from scratch. Okay, so let's get started. All right. So what we want to do is we want to create a new project. Okay, we are not going to use any of the templates. We're going to go empty. Okay, so let's make a scene because you have no scenes. Now we have one. Double click on it, and here is our scene. So we want to change the size of the scene. We can go to game settings, go to properties, and we want to change this to maybe something more like, I don't know, something small, just so we can see what's going on. 640 by 480. You could make it 1280 by 720 if you wanted to. This will be landscape, and right away you can set the name for your game for Android. You don't have to if you plan to create a game just for PC. Notice that you can also put ads on this for ad mode and for Android and iOS, which is great. A free game engine that allows you to monetize your games with ads. How cool is that? I know in Fusion you have to pay for that. You don't have to pay for that in GDevelop. Wow, how amazing is that? The author name, of course, is going to be Sparkman. So there is our stage size. I'm making it small just for this example. Now we have no assets, so we want to add our objects here. Okay, we want to create a sprite, and we want to add an animation. Okay, now to make pictures, GDevelop uses Piscal or Piscal. I really don't know how that's pronounced. And this is 32 by 32, so this allows you to create your own pixel art. Now everyone knows that Piscal is the best pixel art editor out there, so right there, that's a plus. Okay, so I know Clickteam Fusion's pixel editor is next to terrible. Okay, it's not bad, but I mean, I wouldn't even compare it to Piscal. Okay, this thing is a beast. Now, just because the program is very good, that doesn't mean that you're going to create something very good right from the beginning. Like me, like check this out. We're gonna make something terrible right now. We are simply going to fill this with a color. Oh, that's kind of bright. There we go. And let's give. Should we give these eyes? I guess we should give these eyes. make him happy. Okay. Okay, we're gonna save this. Now we're keeping it simple, guys. Okay, so keep that in mind. You can click here to edit the collision mask, but you don't have to. I think it's fine like that. So apply this, and maybe we can give this a name. So rename this to let's just call it red, or red one, or whatever you want to call it. You can drag this here and place it on the screen. And if you press this button here, this allows you to launch the game. But you can see that when I press the keys, nothing happens. Okay. And why would anything happen? We haven't done anything with this. So first, let's create another sprite. This time I'm going to create a tile sprite. Select the image. Let me just make something green here to represent the ground. There we go. And some kind of dark green. Oops. Okay, because this will be the ground. You can see here the a preview what this will look like once you put this into the game. There you go. So let's rename this to grass. There you go. Le grass. Oops. Drag this here. And right away you can tile this. That is your ground. Again, if you press the wrong button, you will notice that nothing happens. Bring this up higher. There you go. So let's give this little guy a behavior. Right click on it and let's go edit object. We're gonna go to behaviors and let's make this a platform character. Okay, so you can use the default controllers if you wanted to, or you can create your own. For this example, we're going to leave it like that. Alright, so let me apply this. If you run this, you can see that now we have gravity. Okay. Now you don't need to program anything. All you need to do for the ground is right click on it, edit object, go to behaviors, and let's make this a platform. There we go. And now we have a little jumping guy. Let's make something simple. Let's add another object, another sprite, and I'm just gonna paint these any color. This will be our respawn point. Rename, respawn. We're gonna place this we're gonna place this over here. Let's go to the scene events, add a new event, new condition, and at the beginning of the scene we want to make that object invisible. Common actions for all objects: visibility. Okay, we want to hide it. We want to hide our respawn point. Now if you run this, you notice that you can't see our respawn point. Okay, you can make it visible again by simply changing this. Okay, for now we want it invisible. Let's make another object, another sprite, and we want to make this some sort of maybe we can make a fire. Yeah, let's make a fire. I mean, and I told you this software is incredible. Alright, so that's our animation there, and you can preview it. Okay. Now we need to loop this. So loop it. Okay, and maybe you can rename this to fire, fire, and we're gonna call it left fire. So simply drag this here. We're going to start right here, and there's our fire. Now if the player collides with the fire, you notice that nothing happens. Okay, so we want to restart if the player collides with the fire. Alright, so let's go to alright, so let's add a new condition. It's gonna be common conditions for all objects. Collision with red in the fire. If that happens, we want to set the position of our object red center to our span point. Distance 0, I believe is 0 by default. I'm not sure, but I'm going to put the 0 there anyways. And now watch what happens when we touch the fire. Our character responds. So we can create another object. This is gonna be our gold. If you touch that gold, then you get to go to the next level. Let's make these let's make it some sort of flag. Wow, what a terrible looking flag this is. Green, okay? Green and yellow. Oh, that looks terrible. Try green and blue. Try green and purple. There you go. Much better. Now you could animate this if you wanted to, and you don't even have to have this visible. So let's call this gold. Le gold. Okay, there we go. If you touch this, you get to pass to level 2. Now, I don't think he jumps high enough. Okay, so we can either give him some sort of something to step on, or we can make him jump higher. I think giving him something to jump on, it's probably a better solution. Okay. Object name, we can name it here. Just call it block. Add an animation. And I'm gonna try and make one of those Mario blocks. Okay. Greenish blue. Alright. Solid color. I'm going to use the line tool. It is a little darker. There we go. Now I want this lighter, darker, darker. This would be dark, darker, and this a little lighter. Okay. And we're going to place this over here, and we're going to make sure that this is also a platform object. Okay, try it out. So now we have something to jump on. Now we don't have any event for the flag, so and that's because we need to create another level. Okay, so let's go to our scenes, and this will be scene 1. Okay, just let me rename it. This will be level 1. So we want to simply copy this, and we want to paste it. Rename this to level 2. Okay, So let's go to events and let's create a new event. Another collision, red and the gold. If that happens, we simply send our game to the next level. Change scene. We're going to change the scene name to level 2. Make sure you use the quotations. Okay. One thing I would like for them to add is that simply selecting the level. Okay, but it is what it is. Right. So there you go. So just type the name of the level. And we're going to go to level 2. Okay, and we're going to change a few things here. This is our new respawn point. You can enable the grid if you wanted to. Show grid. You can place stuff a bit more accurate. Now you don't have to keep dragging this. You can simply hold control, I believe, and you can make duplicates. Okay, we can place our flag down here, down here somewhere. Now you can make the collision mask smaller if you wanted to, or set the collision to another object. That's probably a better solution. So this will be level 2. Let me just change the color of the background. Background color. That's super bright. Okay. Alright. It will be blue. Now I notice that the OK button gets hidden here, so if you can find it, it's down here. And let me just change the background color as well. But for this example, we're going to leave it like this. This is our flag here. Alright, so let's try it out. Press play. And let's touch the flag. Now we're in level 2. So yeah, you can keep making games like this. Let me just go to level 2 there. So in level 2, if you touch the flag, now instead of going to level 2, you want to change the scene to level 1. Okay, you can keep making more levels if you wanted to, as many as you like. Okay, try this out. Now when we touch the flag, we should go back to level 1. Just like that. And there you go. Making games for free in GDevelop. Download GDevelop, it's free, and start making games. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. Also, don't forget to comment. Say something. If you play Fortnite, don't forget to use the SparkmanX tag. See you in the next video. Bye now.